Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be discussing differentiation, but we'll focus our attention on the general rule. We'll be as simple as we can, because the moment you're able to understand these basics in differentiation, you'll be able to solve any form of question in differentiation. So as we journey through this video, I want you to listen fine. As you can see on the screen, if y equals ax raised to power n, then dy dx equal nax raised to power n minus 1. By implication, it means whenever you have a question, you have to, like this now, if you have to differentiate with respect to x, if you say dy dx, it means anything you have at the power. This is the basic rule you have to take note. Anything that is at the power here, you bring it back, then you subtract 1 from it. This power, that's what we have here, dy dx. Now this n, which is the power, look at it here, we'll bring it back. That is, we are going to be multiplying it with whatsoever you have here, because we are differentiating with respect to x. Now bringing it back, then you remove 1 from it. That's the basic rule. We have some questions here. Let's see how we can apply them. So we have question number 1. Y equals 5x raised to power 7. So let's say solution number 1. Awesome. Now we have this. If you have to differentiate y equals 5x raised to power 7, it is very easy, like the explanation we just made. All we just need to do is to do what? We say dy dx equals, I said whenever we have this power here, we'll bring it back. We bring it back. So 7 is there, we bring it back. So we multiply it with what we have here, which is, there is 5 already here. We have 5 already here, then x raised to power 7. X raised to power 7. Don't forget, I said we are going to subtract 1 from the power. It is as easy as this. So you are already differentiating. You bring this 7 back. You now have 5x raised to power 7. You now remove 1 from it. Now, having done that, the rest is just simple calculation, simple mathematics. So you just say 7 times 5 here will give you what? 35. 7 times 5 will give you what? 35. Awesome. So 7 times 5 here will give you 35. Now, at the power here, 7 minus 1 will give you what? 6. Awesome. So you've been able to differentiate with respect to x. Y equals 5x raised to power 7. So your answer is dy dx will be what? 35x raised to power 6. Very easy. Just bring your power back and minus 1 from it. Let's go to the second question. So we say solution 2. Awesome. Solution number 2. As usual, we are going to follow the same method, but we need to quickly take note of something here. In this case, our x has a square root. So we need to change this square root. In indices, your the square root is still the same thing as that variable raised to power 1 over 2. It's still the same thing. So let's quickly see what we can do here. So this is still the same as if you're having something of this nature. And here you have let me see, having this, great, awesome. So this is still the same thing as awesome. So we are still saying the same thing. So your 3 square root of x is still the same thing as 3x raised to power 1 over 2. It is still the same. So just to make our differentiation easier, that's why we are converting from this to this. You can stay glued to this channel to brush up on your indices. This is one of the rules in indices, so it's very easy. So now we can differentiate this now by bringing this power back here, then subtracting 1 from it as usual. So now we say dy dx will now equal to, we have 1 over 2 here. You should not forget that we are going to bring our 1 over 2. Anything we have here at the power, like we've done earlier on, this power now this time around is 1 over 2. We are multiplying it by the number that we have there initially, which is 3. Then we now have x raised to power 1 over 2. But don't forget that we're going to subtract 1. Awesome. I'm sure we are following. As usual, bring what you have at the power back, then you subtract 1 from it. That's what we have done. What we have here, we bring it back. That's this 1 over 2. We have 3x raised to power 1 over 2. Then you subtract 1 from it. If you remember our explanation at the beginning of this video. Now, we are going to do something here very quickly. This is fraction. Like, if you check this YouTube channel, we've been able to treat subtraction of fraction, and we explained there that if you are dealing with fraction, addition or subtraction, you are going to be making use of LCM. So let's quickly do that here. Awesome. So now we have 1 over 2 multiplied by 3. This one will still give us, it's still the same thing as giving us 3 over 2. Let's just deal with that once and for all. That means we've been able to multiply this. Awesome. Now let's quickly iron out this. Now 1 over 2 minus 1. It is very easy. So let's quickly solve this fraction that we have here. Let's quickly solve the fraction. The LCM of, because this, okay, to avoid people getting confused, let's quickly see what we can do. Awesome. So this 1 is still the same thing as 1 over 1, because we actually want to look for the LCM. That's why I'm trying to put it down here. This 1 is still the same thing as 1 over 1 here. So let's get another step. Awesome. So now with this we can look for our LCM. Awesome. So we want to deal with this fraction, this power that we have here. Now, LCM of 2 and 1 is actually 2 that we have here. Now, 2 goes in 2. 1. 1 times 1 will give us 1. That's this one here. Minus this minus that we have here. 1 goes in 2. 2 times this 1 that we have here. 2 times 1 will give us what? 2. Awesome. So with this, we can now say (1 minus 2). 1 minus 2 will give us what? Minus 1. Give us what? Minus 1. 1 minus 2 will give us what? Minus 1. So, as a result, we now have 3 over 2 x raised to power minus 1 over 2. You can still put this minus here if you like. Still correct. This minus, you can put it here and remove it from this place. Awesome. So it is still the same. You are still very correct. So you've been able to differentiate. You can leave your answer like this. If you like, you are still correct. And if you don't want to leave it this way, because in indices, if you have anything raised to power minus, it means 1 over. That's the meaning. It means 1 over that particular thing you have. For example, if you have 7 raised to power minus 2, it means 1 over 7 raised to power 2. If you have 4 raised to power minus 5, it means 1 over 4 raised to power 5. So now, if you have x raised to power minus half, it means 1 over x raised to power half. That's the meaning. So you can maneuver your way around what you have here by simply saying this 3 over 2. You can say, I'm trying to explain so that we understand what this can also turn into. You can have it this way. Awesome. You can have 1 over awesome. Okay, let me delete this then to make our job easier. Go. Awesome. So you can put our multiplication sign here now. Great. Okay, this is what I'm trying to explain. So you have 3 over 2. This is it. This x raised to power minus half, it is still the same thing as 1 over x raised to power half. It is as simple as that. So you have this at the numerator, you have this at the denominator, so you are still good to go. So if you like, you can now say you have 3 times 1 at the numerator there, 2 times x raised to power half at the numerator here. So it's either you leave your answer this way, you are correct, or you leave your answer this way, you are correct, or if you like, you can still come here and say you want to multiply the numerator, and the 3 times 1 here will give you 3. 3 times 1 here will give you 3. That means this one has gone. 2 times x raised to power half. This one here will give you 2. So that means you have successfully been able to multiply this. So this and this, it is still the same. You are still very correct. If you like, you can leave your answer this way, or if you like, you can still say you want to leave your answer this way, You know, at the beginning of this solution, we converted s square root of x to s raised to power half. So you can still decide this s raised to power half is still the same thing as square root of x. So it depends on how you want to leave your answer. So you can see you are still very correct. You have 2x raised to power half, 2x. This square root simply means raised to power half. So you are still very correct. Don't forget, at the beginning of this solution, you're able to convert this square root of x to x raised to power half. So that's what we have here as well. This square root of x is still the same as x. So it's either you leave your answer this way, you are correct. It's either you leave your answer this way, you are correct, or this way, you are still very correct. So let's move straight to the last question. So we'll come here and say solution number 3. Awesome. Now, I explained something earlier here. I said whenever you have something of this nature, s raised to power minus half, it is still the same thing as 1 over s raised to power half. That's what we have here, 1 over s raised to power half. I say if we have, for example, 4 raised to power minus 2, it is still the same thing as 1 over 4 raised to power 2. So we are going to be applying that here. You can check this YouTube channel for indices. It will go a long way to brush up your memory again on indices in manipulating all we have here. So if you say we have 4 over x raised to power 2, it is still the same thing if we say we have let me bring this here. Okay, this here. Okay, we have trying to awesome. So this is still the same thing. If you say 4 over x raised to power 2, it is still the same thing as what we have here, because this x raised to power 2 is still the same thing as, because is at the denominator. Because if you say 4 times 1 up here to give you 4, if you say 1 times s squared, it will still give you what? This s squared that you have at the denominator here. Awesome. Now, like I explained not too long, I said this 1 over x raised to power 2, it is still the same thing if you say x raised to power minus 2. So if that is the case, we can come here and say we have our y equal 4 x raised to power minus 2. We are still very correct. Let's put the minus sign. Awesome. So we are still very correct, because 4 times 1 here will give you 4. This 1 over s raised to power 2, it is the same thing as what? S raised to power minus 2, like I explained earlier. Now, with this, we can now differentiate. So let's get our dy dx. Because we're actually differentiating with respect to x. Awesome. Now, as usual, anything you have at the power here, don't forget, you bring it back, then you subtract 1 from it. Now, what do we have at the power in this case now is -2. That's what we have at the power here this time around. We have 4 here already. Then we now have x raised to the power -2 that we have here. Then don't forget, we will subtract 1 from it. Let me come again. Anything you have at the power here, you bring it back and you subtract 1 from it. That's what we've done. You bring it this -2 back. This 4x raised to the power -2, 4x raised to the power -2, then you subtract 1 from it. Awesome. So with this, you can now say -1 - 2 will give you what? -3. -1 - 2. -1 - 2 here will give you -3. So what do you now have here? -2 times 4 here will give you what? -8. If you multiply -2 times 4 will give you what? -8. So -8x raised to the power -3. You can leave your answer like this. You are still correct. And if you want to change it back to this form, because I said x raised to the power -3 is still the same thing as what? 1 over x raised to the power 3. You are still correct. So if you want to change it back to that form, let's use this template. Okay, let's take this first. So you can now make use of this template. Trying to see beautiful. So here we have -8 already here. We have -8 already. Then because I said x raised to the power -3 is still the same thing as what? 1 over x raised to the power 3. Okay. So it's 1. So I'm trying to see how we can simplify what we have here. Beautiful. So you have this -8, still the same thing as over 1. Then you have this x raised to the power -3, still the same thing as 1 over x raised to the power 3. So if you want to combine these two now, you can have let me see how we can arrange it. -8 awesome. So because if you say -8 times 1, it will give you -8. 1 times x raised to the power 3. So you can have your answer like this. You can always pause, rewind this video for better clarification and understanding. If you have any question on this video or any of our videos, just kindly drop it in the comment section. We will reply as soon as we can. help us to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel, My Simple Maths, and press the notification bell so that you can always receive notification whenever we post a new video. Thank you.